that's fascinating to me, because I heard you say hour to an hour and a half with one person, all like in your day, in that time. Like I know of a lot of other healthcare models that, you know, you're lucky if you get 7 minutes. You know, like that would be a generous time allotment. So that is, I suppose it's integral to assessing the person as a whole, like to actually have a conversation with them and listen to them.
It's just a different approach to doing it. It doesn't mean, I think it just is based on the philosophy. I mean, what we're really interested in is how are all of these things coming together? And, of course, you can't do that in 7 minutes, right? I mean, you might be able to glean aspects of it over time in that style of practice, but really, I've even found that with acute issues, you know, we book 15 minutes if somebody has like a cold or a flu or something like that. And, you know, sometimes it becomes a discussion that's a lot longer than 15 minutes because they're sick, not because they've just run into the latest bug, but because there's something else going on that needs to be addressed.
I think that's a really important point, because that almost speaks to the immune system and why isn't maybe the body able to defend itself? So would you go into that kind of detail?
Oh, totally. I mean, in my experience, the immune system gets a bit of a bad rap because everybody also assumes that the instant you're sick, there's something wrong with your immune system.
Okay.
And the reality is that's not necessarily true. I mean, the immune system is the system that's actually helping to produce the symptomatology. So if the immune system is working, that's when you're symptomatic. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. What's a poor immune function is if you create those symptoms and then you can't move past them, you know, in a reasonable amount of time. Or the converse, I'll see people who say, well, I haven't been sick in 10 years. And I think, uh-oh, that's not a good sign, because in essence, you want the immune system to be able to engage with the world, and just because you don't get sick doesn't mean you're that immunocompetent. You know, so it's a bigger picture. Like, how do you look at the immune system? And usually when people are complaining that their immunity is down, because often people will use those words because we have those, you know, culturally what the concept of that is. Often we'll find that really there's another major stressor somewhere else that's taking up, you know, time, space, and energy. Because when I look at somebody, and I think I can say that this is reasonably true for my profession, we're coming at it from that PNEI approach, which is psychoneuroendocrine immunology. It means that the mind, the nervous system, the hormones, and the immunity are four sides of the same box. You affect one, you affect all four. So if we see a dip in, you know, ostensible immunity, a lot of the time it's not the immune system. A lot of the time there's something going on stressful, you know, in your environment, at work or at home. You could be in chronic pain and be creating immune problems because you just don't have the energy to create a proper response. You might have hormonal things that are going on which are creating a problem. It's not uncommon, as an example, for women to have more common times of month for feeling poorly. And again, that's not to mean that your immune system is weak under those conditions. It just means that, you know, your body operates like a gestalt. It's all parts are operating together, and you cannot separate them out.
Hi there, my name is Nina Wallinder, and I wanted to talk to you about Layers of Health. Layers of Health is a free online community dedicated to investigating holistic and alternative health options. These options can include physical health, mental and emotional health, business health, as well as your spiritual health. So you can join me as I discuss your health concerns with various experts, mentors, and leaders in their fields. And these interviews are offered for free live, as well as during special encore presentations. But if you find one that is particularly interesting to you, you can also purchase it. So you can join me at www.layersofhealth.com, and I'll see you on the calls.